Sun burning through that Oregon fog, tide rolling off the sea. Miles of trailers lined up deep where the wild boars like to be. Gas cans, coolers, busted knuckles, tools laid in the sand. Two-stroke smoke rising slow while I twist it in my hand. My old van, she's barking loud like a chainsaw in the wind, but his blaster cracking back like trouble about to begin. Paddle tires clawing powder while the engines start to sing. Ain't church bells ringing Sunday, it's the sound of horsepower and sand. Climbing up a monster dune, heart pounding in my chest. Ease it off at the Razorback just to see what waits next. If it drops off blind, you better pump them brakes. But if it's wide open sand, son, you let that throttle break out on the Oregon sand dunes under white sand and blue skies. Two-stroke scream and a four-stroke roar tearing up the tide. Banshees howling, blasters ripping, paddles throwing sand, shooting bulls and running trails everywhere we can. Drag racing down the shoreline with the Dune crew tonight. Salt air, gas fumes, and a throttle pull tight. From whoops to wide open, man, we live for that ride, where the dunes meet the ocean under white sand and blue skies. Staging life's a war zone full of horsepower and pride. Big lifted trucks back then with the tailgates open wide, strapping down every toy with a motor and a wheel, like we're hauling outlaw freedom made of rubber, steel, and fuel. Kids on dirt bikes buzzing by, catching air off the crest, side by side slinging rooster tails, 100 feet at best. The smell of raised gas drifting through that salty ocean breeze, and every throttle crack echoes off the dunes and the trees. Hammer through the whoop-de-doos, suspension taking pain. Then I yank that throttle wide, and the Banshee screams again. Drop in a deep hole, then climb back out alive. Front tires floating skyward like they're begging me to fly. Out on the Oregon sand dunes under white sand and blue skies. Two-stroke scream and a four-stroke roar tearing up the tide. Banshees howling, blasters ripping, paddles throwing sand, shooting bulls and running trails everywhere we can. Drag racing down the shoreline with the Dune crew tonight. Salt air, gas fumes, and a throttle pull tight. From whoops to wide open, man, we live for that ride, where the dunes meet the ocean under white sand and blue skies. Water crossing getting deep, tide creeping up fast, spray hitting my boots while I hammer through the pass. Maybe pushing my luck, but that's the way we run. A little danger mixed with fuel and coastal sun. Tall dune climb, engine screaming in a red line sound. Then we send it off the lid, 4 wheels off the ground. Two-stroke echo rolling through the bows tonight. Engines barking like thunder in the fading light. Yeah, the Oregon sand dunes, where the wild ones ride. Banshees sing like outlaws in that coastal wind tonight. Blasters by, blasters by.